scrappy friends, a big welcome to my YouTube channel today. Thank you so much for joining me. It's Melinda Sweetman here, and I have my next share for the Traci Reed Designs team, and my goodness, I've forgotten what it is. It's where we show you how to do fun, different techniques and things on a Tuesday. My mind has gone completely blank. I'm sorry. Today's Teach Me Tuesday. Yes, Teach Me Tuesday is all about stitching. So you can see straight away I've done some hand stitching there. Right at the beginning I showed you a couple of photos. What I'd done is I printed this traveller's notebook paper through Photoshop with the text on it that I wanted to use. I was inspired by one of the stickers in the collection that I'm using, which is the free Beautiful Dreamer collection, available on the website. And the sticker is an arrow and it says dreaming new dreams, and I thought this is a perfect way for an intro for my Travels Notebook album about myself this year. I'm sorry if you can hear that car. It's always the way just after I start my voiceover. So when I printed this, I found a font that I liked, and I have just put that text on top of this paper, printed it out, and then I could use that as my template for my stitching holes. I just went around those letters then with my pokey tool, I'm sure that's the official word, and then went around and did some hand stitching with some embroidery floss. I've used all 6 strands, and yeah, I really like the way that's come out. I knew I wanted to make this into a pocket, so I also showed you right at the beginning that I just used some normal regular old sticky tape to tape all that stitching down so that my tag could slide easily in and out of that pocket. What have I done since then? So I have picked out the papers that I'm going to journal on, and I'm creating a tag. It is going to have a pattern paper on the front and a pattern paper on the back, and then I put another thin-ish sheet of paper in the middle just to give it a little bit more strength. You can see here I'm just cutting my second tag. I don't cut the hole in this one. I figured it would be easiest to cut the tag and then punch the hole after I had the front all done. I picked this pattern for the back because I really like the pattern, but I also feel like it would be easy enough that if I had to write on the back, it would also be legible. If you just saw then, I just put tape in the middle because I knew that I was going to do some more stitching, and I didn't want to gum up my sewing machine with tape. So if you are using a sewing machine on your scrapbook layouts, I don't recommend trying to run it through a lot of tape. It will gum up your machine and cause issues. You did just see that I just added a bit more tape there, but that's pretty much the only place that I'm going to go around that has the tape on it when I go around with my sewing machine. So you want to, if you can avoid putting your needle through tape or adhesive, you'll find that it works way better for you for much longer. But I really love the extra texture that you get from stitching, whether that is hand stitching or machine stitching. I am going to run around the edge of this tag twice with some white cotton. I like that bit of messiness, for want of a better word, and that's just works for me, and I really like it. I've used, I don't know if you saw me punch that half circle in the main page there, but I used that half circle I punched out to then do my reinforcers for my tag, which I've stuck down with some glue. Just showing you here, I've printed my photo. It's only fairly small, but I added some of the digital mixed media from the kit in Photoshop before I printed it. I did actually print 2 copies of this photo. I wasn't sure if I wanted to use the one with the mixed media on it or not. So I do obviously end up using the one with that. So I don't want to add too much to this, but it's going to be the front page in my Travels Notebook album. So I do want to make it a bit pretty. I've pulled out, so with this collection I've printed, I think, all the Traveler's Notebook inserts as well as the stickers. I also did a sheet of clear stickers with this one. If you have been following me for a while, you may remember one of the first layouts I created with this. I did it on white cardstock, and I used there's paint strokes in the digital kit as well, and I've printed that as a clear sticker as well. I actually love the way that layout turned out. I'm just showing you here the stitching. So I've added stitching, like I said, around that tag. I've gone around twice. I've also added stitching to my photo. And I'm just going around and trimming this up where it needs it. It is messy on the back here, but that doesn't bother me in the slightest. My life is far from not messy, so I just embrace it. So my tag fits in there perfectly. I've picked the layers that I want for behind my photo. I'm going to layer those up. I do cut them all down, and then I don't like how much room it takes up. So you get to watch me muck around with that and decide to change it up a little bit. I thought I'd leave that in so that, we cut out all the stuff that for me, I cut out the stuff that I think would be boring to watch. And sometimes it's not boring to watch someone else go, yep, this idea is going to work, and then go, nope, this is not working, I have to change it up. So that's why I left it in. I thought maybe you guys might like to see that. So you can see, when I put those two layers behind the photo, I'm like, that takes up a lot of room and covers up all that stitch. Well, not all that stitching, but it covers up some of that stitching, and I don't want to cover any of that stitching. So I decided to layer them horizontally instead of vertically. I'm just going to trim those down. I do muck around with this blue a couple of times because I feel like it's not straight. Again, I have left that in. This first time I move it because I want a smaller border on it. And then I think just before, I'm going to straighten it now because I don't think it was quite straight enough for me. And then I'm going to stick on this other layer here. I'm like, yep, that's right. I'm happy with that. Just for a little bit of extra interest. So I'm just going to trim that one down as well. And then that is ready to be stuck to the page. So I haven't done my journaling here. It's not something I'm going to share. It is personal stuff for me for this year. So I've got the front and the back of that tag, and if I really need to add more writing, I can always make another tag or another 3 or 4 tags, though I can't see me needing to do that. Like I said, I was inspired for the title of this page by a sticker in this collection, and it's Dreaming New Dreams. So I'm just adding in that dreaming using these gold thickers by Paige Evans. I've still got my stash kit sitting on the desk next to me, so when I can dip into it, I do. Just added some more of that gold onto that mixed media. It just says me. And then I was like, what can I add? And I really love the way that these clear stickers, I really like the way that they sit on the dark blue background. It adds extra depth and interest. It adds some more fluid lines. I don't know, I just added that one down the bottom and went, yes, this is what I need. I'm going to add these. I flicked through the stickers and through my sticker sheet and was like, what am I going to add? I found these adorable little ladybugs. I start with a 2. I don't like the way that those leaves are overlapping over the layers, so these little ladybugs cover that up and add a little bit of interest. I don't know if it's obvious to anyone else, but I've got those ladybugs facing different ways on the page to make it look like they're kind of moving around. So I've got those 2, and then I decided to add these. I love these little flowers. They are so beautiful. And they make me think of, like, flowers drifting in the sky, because you know flowers do that. So that's how I've added them. Again, I've just added the 3, and then I've added that third ladybug up to the top. Then I've gone, right, something's missing. Yes, my leaves from up the top. I did try to get the cluster so it was exactly the same, but that one is too big, so I'm going to go in with 2 of these pointy smaller leaves, which works perfectly. I knew I had another one somewhere. I didn't realise that I'd moved it already. Trim that off. I've already trimmed the others off the other edges. And then that is everything done on the outside of that pocket. I really like how that one came together. And then I'm just, I printed another tag that I wanted to tie onto this tag. I'm just going to grab that for you now, I think. Yeah, so she's a dreamer, a doer, and a thinker. And I just like, I don't know, I just felt like I wanted to add it, so I did. I've got this, I don't know what you call this kind of ribbon, but I've got this clear, like white sheer ribbon. I don't know what it is. And I really like it. I thought I was going to do it one way, and I was like, nope, that's not working for me. I'm going to do something different. So I've cut another piece. I have folded that into 4. No, I folded that into 2. And I'm putting the ends straight through. And then I'm going to just double it up like that. I've got some gold cord here that I'm going to wrap around and tie into a knot to secure that in place. And then I'm going to trim down all of my ends because I'm happy with how that looks. Trim them so they're about the same length. And then I'm going to trim this ribbon as well, just giving them all different lengths and angles. That goes straight into the pocket. And it keeps getting caught on something, I'm not sure what, but I just give it a wiggle and in it goes. So that is my project sharing some stitching. I've done hand stitching and I've also done machine stitching. Now I show you here in a sec, I point out my stitching and then I point out the ribbons as well, I think. Nope, but I kind of thought that the ribbons also lend themselves to stitching, you know, thread, ribbon, you know, that kind of stuff. So yeah, I really love how this turned out. Like I mentioned earlier, this is the free collection from Traci Reed Designs. Make sure you pop over to the blog and you'll find all the links to everything. It is only available for another 6 weeks or so, I think. So make sure if you love it as much as I do, you get over there and grab it. Thank you ever so much for stopping by today. Thank you for choosing to spend your scrappy time with me, and I'll see you in my next video.